Throughout the famine years, 75% of the Irish coming to America arrived in Ellis Island, New York. Many of the Irish immigrants faced a long battle of discrimination, most horribly by those who considered themselves English Puritans, as shown in the video clip from the movie Gangs of New York. In 1847, New York had a population of 372,000 people, and approximately 52,000 people of that population was Irish immigrants. However, the worst discrimination the Irish faced was not in New York but in the highly populated town of Boston, Massachusetts, a largely Anglo-Saxon town with a population of 115,000 people. Many Irish, when they arrived, oftentimes fell victim to unscrupulous landlords, who would oftentimes charge them high prices for a 9 by 11-foot room. A family of 10 might be expected to sleep in such a small, tight living quarter, and sometimes the rooms had no sanitation, ventilation, or even daylight. The overflow of Irish would settle into the gardens, backyards, and alleys surrounding houses living in the wooden shacks. Demand for housing of any quality was extraordinary. People lived in musty cellars with low ceilings that partially flooded with every tide. Old warehouses and other buildings were hastily converted into rooming houses using flimsy wooden partitions that provided no privacy. On top of housing discrimination, many posters and propaganda displayed Irish people as lesser humans, oftentimes with ape-like features implying that they were farther down on the evolutionary scale as opposed to supposed English Puritans or those of English descent. In Boston, rivalry between jobs also created intense discrimination. As an unskilled Irish immigrant, one could make up to $1 a day, as opposed to the 8 cents that they would receive in Ireland. This, copulated with the growing anti-Catholic and anti-Irish propaganda, created many problems. Many places were reluctant or outright refused to give Irish people jobs. Many places would oftentimes hang "No Irish Need Apply" signs in store windows, creating less and less opportunity for success. American old social norms created a bad reputation for Irish women and men alike. They were portrayed as loud, wild drunkards who were likely to cause an uproar, very different from the hard-working, good-willed image they had created back in Ireland.